Yeah, whenever I see it. Yeah, okay. Emily, I thought we'd scratched you. What's going on? Okay, sure. I'll do that. No problem.
How are you?
Sure. I didn't wear the blue blazer, did I?
This is the August 18th meeting of the Elizabethtown City Council. Mr. Bill Bennett will bring our invocation.
Bow our heads, please. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen.
Please join us in the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, our first order of business is the approval of minutes from the August the 4th meeting.
Motion? Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We have Ms. Heidi Patterson from the Elizabethtown Tourism and Convention Bureau.
Good afternoon. The first thing we wanted to do is present an award to Sarah Vaughn. The Heartland Festival in the Park was named as a top 10 summer festival and event by the Kentucky Travel Industry Association and featured in Kentucky Monthly. Is Sarah here? Oh, there she is. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a great program.
Thank you.
Tourism's third video was recently released featuring the Charles W. Logsdon walking tour and tavern in the garden. If you've not seen the video, a link is available on our Facebook page or YouTube under Elizabethtown Walking Tour. At our meeting earlier this month, we voted to purchase 2 awnings for the Elizabethtown Regional Airport. Both awnings will display "Welcome to Elizabethtown," as we hope they will assist in creating an inviting atmosphere to our community. Once again, Elizabethtown Tourism has partnered with Radcliffe Tourism on Hardin County's booth at the State Fair. The fair began last Thursday and will run through this Sunday. We invite anyone attending the fair to stop by and say hello to our wonderful volunteers. Tourism held a special call meeting last Thursday in which the Commission voted to invest $350,000 into the city's pool project. We're very glad to see the initiative you are taking to improve the city's aquatic offerings. Not only will our local citizens be able to enjoy the new facility, but our visitors as well. Along with a very busy upcoming weekend with the Heartland Festival, the sports park will have the BPA Battle of the Bats baseball tournament. 55 teams are registered for that event. Information has been distributed with tournament directors regarding street closures for the parade. The full schedule of events has also been promoted to all the teams coming in town to play this weekend. Next weekend will be fast pitch softball with the Southern Force tournament, along with the first youth football event of the season, the Bluegrass Gridiron Battle, hosted by the Louisville Football League. We will not hold an official meeting in September. Instead, the Commission has decided to dedicate that time to an all-day strategic planning session with Bill Geist. Bill's team will conduct a community assessment a couple of days prior to our session. We believe the session will reveal any inconsistencies or weaknesses in our visitor encounters so that we may focus on providing a pleasurable experience to the traveling public. As part of the community assessment, each of you should have received an email from Sherry today with a link to a short survey. Please take a moment and give us your thoughts and opinions as the Commission will be discussing objectives and prioritizing them for the future. Over the last month, the Tourism Building was used 14 days to hold 21 meetings with 444 attendees. If you've not signed up for the Tourism Bureau's e-newsletter, you can do so on our homepage at touretown.com. To keep track of all the festivals and events in our area, please check out our website, Twitter, and Facebook page for the latest updates. Are there any questions?
Heidi, on behalf of the Air Board, I'd like to say thanks. They were delighted that you guys helped with the honor. It was a big thing for them.
It's really going to look nice. Thank you all for your continued support.
Thank you, Heidi. And did Sarah go away? Oh, here, you want to talk about the Heartland Festival now?
Good afternoon. I've given each one of you a book that was in the News Enterprise last Friday, and the schedule is actually located on the second page, so I'm not going to go through everything. I do want to highlight something that's not on the schedule page that I'm really excited about. From what I understand, this used to be done many years ago, and now we're going to bring it back. But several city departments have signed up, and they're going to play in the Home Run for Heartland softball tournament. It's been very interesting the last couple of weeks hearing the competitive side of some of our employees coming out. So that's going to take place Thursday. It starts at 5 o'clock on the Ring Road field, so I invite each one of you to come out and hang out with us. We're going to see the fire department, the police department, Public Works, Parks and Rec, and the sports park are all going to be participating, so it should be pretty exciting. And we're taking up encouraging donations for this tournament for the Addison Joe Blair Foundation. Friday, of course, we get kicked off our vendors, our carnival rides, baby contest happening at Pritchard. Mud volleyball tournament has moved to Friday evening. 7:30 movie at the bandstand by Grace Heartland Church. That's going to be cloudy with a chance of meatballs, and the idea on that is that the folks, their families come out and they bring their blankets and their chairs and get to watch a movie outside, almost like a drive-in, but you're walking up to it. And then, of course, Saturday, we got the AM Rotary Breakfast that morning, the Bluegrass Sailor 5K, canoe races, and then the beloved parade downtown, which all of you are aware of. And then the park opens at 11. We've got shows, live music, concert. Joe Diffie, of course, is coming on Saturday night, and Olivia Hinken is going to be opening for Mr. Diffie. If you all would like to come out and help at the gate to see the wonderful, friendly faces of all the folks coming into the Heartland, please let me know. We've got some slots still available. Thank you all for those of you who have already been helping me out a whole bunch, and also with the parade committee and things like that. Last year we had about 15,000 to 17,000 people that attended Heartland Festival over the 2 days, so we're hoping to see that and then some. So hope to see you out at the festival this weekend. Any questions?
Yes, Sarah?
Already taken care of.
Yeah, I didn't want sheep palsy having to run around and find paper to stencil in my name on the fire truck.
Taken care of.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you all.
You do promise low humidity, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, I'll be working on that the next several days.
Thank you.
More important question is, will the fire truck have gas in it, Chief? Okay.
Mr. Charles Skis, do you want to talk about the Heritage Council?
Samuel Haycraft.
Mayor, councilman, and everyone. I am here because Christy Pritchard, that was chair of the Heritage Council during the Barbecue Blues and Bikes event, has been called out of town. It is the mission of the Elizabethtown Heritage Council, ladies and gentlemen, to assist Elizabethtown in promoting and revitalizing the downtown while preserving its historic integrity. Part of this has come to be the Barbecue Blues and Bike event. And of course, when you talk about that event, you have to thank these people right here, because I think it might have been downtown. Of course, any event involving music, you know the first person you need to thank is Councilman Lewis. But I think Councilman Fulkerson, Mayor Berger, all of them were downtown and came up with this wonderful idea. Councilman Bennett has participated on the rides. I can see many that have worked diligently with this over the years. This was the second this year. And of course, you cannot go far enough thanking the city of Elizabethtown for all they do for Elizabethtown in this area. Good heavens, Chief Schiller and the police department do a magnificent job. The public works people, it's all done because of everyone putting in their time and effort. This year, the Barbecue Blues and Bike event was with the State Theater and the Brown Pusey House, and the Heritage Council worked with them. It was a great partnership this year. And of course, you cannot say anything in Elizabethtown when you're talking about an event like this without bringing in the Tourism Bureau, because we do need financial backing, etc. We were happy to present a check of $9,643.63 to the State Theater for their efforts. Same thing to the Brown Pusey House. But what we are here today is to introduce some people that had something to do with that ride. And once again, the Heritage Council cannot thank enough for all those that have been involved. I know Sarah Vaughn and Ed Pope probably wore themselves out at meetings for the last year. It just takes a lot of planning, as you know. And once again, the first year was a tremendous success. And of course, thanks again to Councilman Lewis for that first year effort. What an event.
At least you remember it. Thank you, Charlie.
What an event. And it has grown. And so here we are, folks. Susan Gifford was the chair of the committee. Scott Whitlow was the representative from the Heritage Council that worked with the ride. He has here with him from the Wounded Warrior Project, Justin Bedar and Sean Luke, to have a little presentation, and I could go on, but you know, you can go down a whole list of people that have made all this possible. And like the ride sponsorship, Swope Family, a dealership, Bluegrass Saints, Adventure Motorsport, BMW, Fun for All, Joe Hill, Kentuckiana Motorsport, GK1 Properties. It just takes everybody in the community to make an event like this successful. And I could go on, as you all well know from the past, but Scott, get these fine gentlemen up here and give them their checks so they don't have to listen to me.
Well, thank you all for letting me be a part of this and kind of host the Thunder into E-Town Wounded Warrior Project motorcycle ride. On behalf of the Elizabethtown Heritage Council, I'd like to present a check in the amount of $14,074.88.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Skis. Mr. Gene Gudenkopf from AUSA.
Ma'am, I appreciate the time today to come in here and present this to the city of Elizabethtown. Before I go too far, though, I want to tell you also that the E-Town Tourism and Convention Bureau got a 10-year one, so they're right behind you there. But I'm here to present a 15-year continuous membership award as an AUSA corporate membership. City of Elizabethtown has been doing that for 15 straight years, and we could not support the soldiers on Fort Knox without that support. We are taking 6 personnel from Fort Knox to the annual meeting this year. Part of that is in thanks to the Honda dealerships, because we got a $5,000 donation from the local Honda dealerships this year. So we're able to send 6 people, which is going to cost us a little more than the $5,000 to take them to DC for a 3-day meeting, but we're doing it. So, ma'am, if you'd come forward, I'd like to present this to you and get a quick picture.
Thank you so much. And this is our official photographer.
Yeah, you're in big trouble. Yes, you are. Well, it's not done.
It didn't have a siren on it.
There we go.
No wax.
There we go. 1, 3. One more. Okay.
One more.
Please put this up on there and show it off proudly, because we're very proud that you was able to be a member with us for 15 years.
Thank you, Gene.
and always paid that renewal on time, and that kept my
Great.
headaches down, so I didn't have to come after you to ask for more money.
Thank you very much.
The one thing that I'd like to ask everybody here in the room, have you been to oneknox.com and sent the letter in?
Yes.
If you haven't, we got a week left. We need to get it done.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now I'd like to read a proclamation supporting Fort Knox. Whereas the United States Army is considering significant cuts to its workforce as part of the supplemental programmatic environmental assessment, thus causing grave concern by the communities surrounding Fort Knox, Kentucky, that the Fort Knox workforce could be cut by 4,100 personnel. And whereas such cuts would overlook the commitment this region and the Commonwealth of Kentucky made to prepare for BRAC 2005, Kentucky having committed $251 million in new schools, roads, and other needed infrastructure investments to accommodate the anticipated growth. And whereas it is because of these commitments and the installation's many attributes, not just for the Army, but also other branches of service, that we recommend looking to Fort Knox as an ideal location to realize additional missions and to utilize the installation's world-class ranges, capacity for growth, net zero energy efforts, and a centralized location coupled with the low cost of living, high quality of life in this region's and state's proven commitment to Fort Knox. Now, therefore, the City of Elizabethtown respectfully asks the Department of the Army to positively protect the Fort Knox installation from further workforce reduction and also encourages all citizens to sign the online letter at www.oneknox.com/letter or www.elizabethtownky.gov, showing their support to protect the jobs at Fort Knox. Okay, we have a second reading of ordinance number 15, 2014, closing a portion of access road number 2. Motion to read the ordinance, please.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And Mayor, this being a second reading, in summary, this is ordinance number 15, 2014, which proposes to close a portion of right-of-way known as access road number 2, and is more particularly described in attached exhibits A and B. The only property owner abutting said access road is Martha Drake, and she has given her written notarized consent to this closure, and the property will be transferred to her. This was read on the for the first time on August the 4th, 2014.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the ordinance.
Motion. Second.
Okay, this is a roll call vote, starting with Councilmember Thomas.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, we have a first reading of ordinance number 16, 2014, amending the official zoning map for property located at 101 and 103 Gallery Place from residential 4, R4, and commercial 3, C3. Motion to read the ordinance, please.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Whereas the Elizabethtown Planning Commission held a public hearing on August the 12th, 2014 to consider a map amendment request by Warm Blessings for property located at 101 and 103 Gallery Place, Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and is owned by Warm Blessings, and whereas the Elizabethtown Planning Commission, based on the testimony at the public hearing, found that the map amendment request for certain property located at 101 and 103 Gallery Place was in agreement with the City of Elizabethtown's comprehensive plan and recommended approval of the map amendment request. Now be it ordained by the City of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, that from and after the passage, approval, and publication of this ordinance, that the official zoning map is amended for certain property located at 101 and 103 Gallery Place from residential 4, R4, to commercial 3, C3. This action is taken pursuant to a request by Warm Blessings for certain property located at 101 and 103 Gallery Place and pursuant to the recommendation of the City of Elizabethtown Planning Commission. The City Council also finds that the map amendment request is in agreement with the comprehensive plan. The findings of fact of the Planning Commission in support of this request are adopted as if set out verbatim. The legal description of said property is more particularly described in the attached Exhibit A. Be it further ordained that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this ordinance read the first time this the 18th day of August 2014.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Next is municipal order number 47, 2014. And before this is authorizing the sale of property located at 1020 Fisher Lane at auction. And before we do this, I was hoping Jeff Hawkins could come and talk about this a little bit.
Good afternoon. For most of you on the council and the mayor know that we're selling the property at 1020 Fisher Lane. This was a property that was purchased approximately 3 to 4 years ago for use in the basin in the back property. Where we're at right now currently with the sale is that we're having an auction, absolute auction on the 28th of August, which is not about 10 days away, on a Thursday night at 6 o'clock. We had an open house yesterday from 2 to 4, and it was very successful. We had many people come through, including Councilman Lewis and Councilman Shipp here. And so far, we've been very well received on the house. It's a house that's been open for several years, but generated lots of interest in the house. I had several repeat lookers, I guess you want to say. In fact, I showed it a couple times today as well. We will have another open house from 4 to 6 on the 28th, the night of the auction. So for anyone out in the public that hasn't had a chance to see the house, if you have questions or if you're interested in it, feel free to call City Hall and just ask for the house person, and they'll get to me, Jeff Hawkins. So if there's any questions, we have to entertain them.
And we're not normally in the real estate business.
Right, we're not in the real estate business. I'm an accountant, so I'm not a realtor either. Right. But I will be sending a check or a request for commission on this one. So many hours out there. Yeah, it won't get approved, but.
And Jeff, we might mention too, it's an absolute auction, no buyer's premium.
Right,
so
absolute auction, no buyer's premium, highest bid wins.
Bid price.
And nothing added to the top of whatever your winning bid price is.
Thank you very much.
Looking forward to seeing everyone out there.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay. This is, I'll read this again, Municipal Order 47, 2014, authorizing the sale of property located at 1020 Fisher Lane at auction, August 28, 2014 at 6 p.m. at the property. Motion to read the municipal order.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City of Elizabethtown authorizes the sale of property located at 1020 Fisher Lane at auction to the highest bidder. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this the 18th day of August 2014.
Motion to adopt the order.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Municipal Order number 48, 2014, accepting the bid from Sherman Dixie Concrete and Contech Engineered Solutions for the Hennon Lane Storm Sewer Project. Motion to read the order.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City of Elizabethtown accepts the bid from Sherman Dixie Concrete and Contech Engineered Solutions for the Hennon Lane Storm Sewer Project per the attached bid tabulation. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this the 18th day of August 2014.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the order.
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, under informational items, Charlie's going to talk about Pale Orchard Road and North Miles.
Well, if you remember, we talked about that intersection and changing the channelization of the traffic. Councilman Shipp called last week and said he felt like we needed to maybe have a little further reconsideration of that, because in order to do that, it does create more of a jog in that straight through movement from Pear Orchard Road to French Street. But we are in the process, of course, getting Pear Orchard Road resurfaced. It's been milled to that point. Resurfacing will be occurring in the next week, hopefully, and then the striping of the street. So if we want to whichever way we want to go. If we want to go back in the way it was, or if we want to change it, then we need to be making that decision fairly soon. It doesn't have to be made tonight. You all could take another look at it. We could talk about it next Monday, but we do need to make a decision on that. One alternative that we could look at, and I have really haven't discussed it a lot with the state, but I have discussed it, is the possibility of actually widening the intersection at that point to create right turn lane. Of course, if you do that, you're really creating 4 lanes. Then straight through movement both ways, and then a left turn and a right turn. As I said, they haven't looked at it in that much detail, but that would require removing some curb, putting in some additional pavement. So you'd be looking at least an expense around $5,000 or $6,000, I would think, to even attempt to get some kind of right turn movement in there that wouldn't interfere with the others. So just to point out that that could be another possibility. I'm not saying that it's absolutely that the state would be in agreement with that, but if you want to reconsider it, then hopefully if y'all would take a closer look for yourselves this week and think about it, because we really do need to make a decision on it. Councilman,
as I travel through there on a fairly regular basis, and as a refresher, remember the report said that in that left lane that now goes straight across and also turns left, 5% of the traffic turned left. Okay, so 95% goes across. So I just think that if that left lane, the current left lane, if it becomes a drive-through lane, it's a full lane jog before you get onto French Street to get over and to start to go up French Street Hill. And I just know that people are going to be coming down that right lane used to driving straight across, which is only going to be a turn lane now the way it's proposed. And it to me, it just didn't seem like it worked well at all. And,
I agree.
And I went down through there 2 or 3 times, and
I thought about
if it's changed, it's really a drastic offset
That's
from
right.
what people are accustomed to.
So I was thinking about the curb and just taking some of that curb out. So that is the turn lanes.
I don't know why you wouldn't spend $5,000 to get it right.
Yeah.
In that case.
well, definitely would want the state to look at that and decide whether or not they were comfortable. They would be comfortable because you'd have 3 lanes on one side and 4 on the other.
Yeah.
And make sure that the radius would be acceptable to them. So I can get with them this week and ask them to take a look at it if that's what you'd like to look at.
if they do that, they'll have to change that light a little bit
Exactly.
there too.
Yeah.
There's such a backup there, traffic that, I mean, I don't go through there a whole lot, but what times I've been down through there, I haven't seen the traffic really
There's
backed
not.
up through there.
It's not.
It's
I'm
just
in that
that you
intersection
have to have
probably
right
5%
light
times.
takes
And I'm not sure that it's wrong right now.
Yeah, I mean, why do we need it if
I know.
we don't have a major traffic
Backup.
jam right there?
I haven't had a large number of requests for it, but there has been mentioned that by a couple of people that there is a backup, particularly in the mornings, I think.
Because I've seen some other places across the city that
That are much
a lot worse
worse.
than that.
I agree.
Westport Road. It's a perfect example. What did we decide?
Drive through it again.
Talk about it Monday.
All right.
Okay, the next meeting will be Tuesday, September the 2nd, because of Labor Day. And we have a scout in the audience. Would you like to tell us where you're from, what you're working on?
I'm working on one of my merit badges, the citizenship in the nation. And I have to visit a city board meeting or something, and so I came here today.
Great, what is your name?
Jeffrey Christensen.
Jeffrey, nice to have you. Any comments from the audience?
I think we got another one.
Oh,
Got another one.
oh yes, would you like to stand up and introduce yourself? Sorry I didn't see you.
My name is Tyler Runyon, and I'm working on my communications merit badge and requirements for school board.
Thank you for coming. Anybody else? Anybody from the council have any comments? Okay, we're going to close the meeting to conduct deliberation on future acquisition or sale of real property by the city. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Have you been out there to where that intersection is? Yes, but I haven't driven it in the morning because I'm always coming to town in the morning.
Yeah, I haven't seen it back up. When I drop Dawson off, I go through there and I've never seen it back up. When I'm coming back through.
What's the problem?
What brought it up?
First time.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.